Hello, everyone. It's Connected Rose here again. Hoping that all of you had a very special Thanksgiving this year. I know it's totally different than the years before, but to be alive is healthy. It's considered to be special nowadays. So I wanted to start today with, of course, we're going to work on healing the heart. That's what I'm all about. But today we're going to start with a meditation that I have created. And I'm first of all going to use the singing bowl, but to call in Raphael, the goddess love, and that kind of a thing. But I would like to have you try to find a really nice, comfortable spot in your house, and wait a few minutes here while you look to do that. Go sit down. You can sit, you can lay, you can do whatever you choose to do. Once you find that position, I will, get started with the singing bell. And while you're doing that and getting comfortable, I will start with that. First of all, I'd like to ask the Holy Spirit to please bless this session and help me choose the words that I need to choose. Let me always be positive, dear God, and let me give advice that you would have flow through me. I thank you for everything that you give us, Lord, and I thank you for all of our special lives and our hearts here on earth. Thank you. Calling Archangel Raphael to come today to heal our hearts so they may open to one another. Because as you know, Raphael, we all are all one here on earth. Get relaxed. You can either close your eyes or keep your eyes open for this part. I don't know what you want to do, but I'd like to have you concentrate on your breathing. Breathe in deep through your nose. Let it out through your mouth. Continue to do that while you're sensing your body. If there's any tense areas in your body, relax them while you're breathing in deep. Let that tenseness out with your air flowing out of your body. Take a few minutes to do this before I get started. Concentrate on nothing, just the wisdom. And it was written by me. Try to focus on the space between your eyebrows. Keep doing your deep breathing while you focus. Pause now. Visualize you're in a beautiful place, lush with greenery and flowers. You see it's alive with nature all around. You see a great stretched out line of trees. In front of you, there is a wide path that becomes your forward entering, that beckons you forward, entering a huge forest. And so you do. As you enter the forest, you look at your surroundings. Up at the looming majestic canopy of tree branches over your head, there are birds singing and chirping. A huge eagle flies over, landing in its nest at the top of a tree. Insects are buzzing around your head and babbling. You hear a babbling brook nearby. You're in awe of the wonders of nature you see and hear. Continuing up the path as you weave back and forth through the majestic forest, noticing everything you encountered is alive and thriving. Suddenly, a magic meadow appears before you. This meadow has every color of flower growing stretched out like a rainbow blanket. Take your time to take that all in. Still moving forward on the path, you notice a tall, cloaked stranger next to the only tree in this place. It appears to be a regal oak tree. The figure is standing with their back turned to you. They are cloaked in a flowing, white, hooded garment. You approach closer and closer and closer to this person. Reaching out, you touch their arm, and as they slowly turn facing you, it's like looking into a mirror. You don't understand. Then you start getting this flood of overwhelmingness coming over you. The knowing of life and love, sadness, joy, happiness and pain, and sorrowful regret. You become spellbound and begin to understand that you shouldn't let any of these emotions trap the brilliance of self and oneness that's residing inside you. You feel so cleansed, and your heart opens widely to this being's gift that have bestowed upon you. You begin thanking them for now knowing who you are, what you are, and who you serve. Oh, what a feeling. You turn and head back down the path that brought you here. still appreciating and taking in all of the beautiful sights and sounds coming on this journey, leading to this being. You always keep and cherish the knowledge that was given to you, knowing that you can always venture back here to refresh your new foundation. Take some time to enjoy the beauty as you go back down the path you came on. And feel the cleanliness that resides within you. You have come back now. And focus once more on your breathing. Do this while you take in everything that you can remember that you experienced on this journey. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes. I hope I've given all of you time to rejoin us. If not, take your time. We're in no hurry. Now I wanted to discuss a couple of books that I thought might be beneficial to you. One is the book called A New Earth. Some of you might have already read it. Some of you may know that it exists. It's a new book, like I said, called The New Earth, and it's by Eckhart Tolle. And Eckhart Tolle has become quite, famous. He was on the Oprah Winfrey Show. Is how I saw him first. But anyway, that book is supposed to be real beneficial and maybe just viewing things like we had just taken on this journey. It's to help your wisdom. Any time that you can do that, that's a good thing to do. Again, if you don't feel like reading it, I'm sure that it comes in auto form. And, you can probably order that through Amazon and listen to it at your leisure, or, read it at your leisure, whichever you plan to do. The other one is a book called, and I read it, called Your Soul's Plan, and it's by Robert Schwartz. And I found it to be a very good and interesting book. Not only did I find it to be a good and interesting book, but I also found it to be some of the same things I had been experiencing and wondering about since I had been called, to take this path a couple of years ago. It seems like all the research and everything that I started doing, things started coming up to support everything that was laid upon me throughout my life. And again, I'm just a human being, but I did get a calling. an awakening, if that's, what you choose to call it. I prefer to think that it's more about finally being told exactly what you're here to do. And in this soul's plan, it talks about a man who was, very religious. And he went to a therapist at one time. And wasn't, finding too much there. But he did do a spiritual guidance session with someone, and pre-birth planning came out, to where it came out to him that we have a soul family that we meet together with on the other side. I myself have had some experience with that. I went to it's a reader, card reader, who was very well known in my hometown and had some good, credentials about it. And when I went in there, I did the same thing he did. I didn't even tell her a thing about what I wanted to know. I gave her a clue in which area I wanted her to, look at, but nothing about me. She knew nothing about me. And he also said that when he went, they knew nothing about him. But things came out in that reading that there's no way she could have known what I was there for. At the time I was, looking to see just what a relationship meant to me. And it happened to be that that person was in my soul family. See, on the other side, and it talks about this in your book, you have a soul family, and a soul family is not everyone is a soul. Well, that's not true. Yeah, everyone that you come in contact with in your life is a soulmate of sorts. It may be that they're just a comics soulmate, and it may be that they're just there to teach you lessons that you're to learn while you're here on your path here on Earth. That's what I'm finding out, that most of my life experiences, and later on down the road I'll be sharing quite a few of those with you, and how I've learned to look back and just see what I wanted to, what I was supposed to glean out of them. Was it supposed to be something that was going to be beneficial to help me gain strength, help me gain wisdom, help me, be a better person in life? And yeah, they were. Some of them were pretty heavy duty and hard to go through. But through it all, by staying connected and keeping, the faith that I was connected, I was able to get through all of it. And then now I'm able to, and was called upon to share all of these things with all of you. And that's more or less what I think Robert is doing, because he's got several different stories of people who had the same kinds of things happen to them. And there's stories about different people in here. It also, it talks about while you're on the other side and all of you are choosing to come back to Earth. It sounds like that, from what I gleaned from the book, is that we meet on the other side. Maybe some of us have been here many times before and possibly haven't gotten our soul path correct. Because once you're born, you have free will. And free will can keep you from, keep you from learning the things you need to learn, keeping you from putting it in the proper perspective that you should be putting it in. keep you from doing quite a few things. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means that you have free will, and if you choose not to, follow the path, then that's your choice. It also talks about you come back many times to get that path right. And that's part of your ascension process. And we all are energies. Quantum physics comes into this too. In some of my research, I could not believe that I was studying all this and everything, and I came across quantum physics. I think it was during the time I was searching some Native American spirituality, and then somehow I came across quantum physics and how everything is full of energy. And I started studying a little of that, and I've always believed that. Even when I was a child, I used to look at a chair leg and think, I wonder how many molecules and things like that are in that chair leg. And even rocks have a certain amount of energy, not much, but even they have, a certain amount of energy. So once you start thinking about that, it gets real fascinating. And then I have to share a cute little story with you that, it's connected to other experiences that I've had in my life, and my sister too was with me. But my sister is very interested in what the Sasquatch, what they call Bigfoot. And I had seen in the local news, actually it was the meetup process on the phone, that they were going to have a world-renowned Sasquatch Bigfoot tracker that was going to be at the fairgrounds on a certain date. And he had been doing this for about 40-some years. And he traveled the world doing this. So I called her up and I said, hey, I thought, now I'll go with her, because she truly believes and has some proof of the fact that she's had one on her property, which is in a kind of a remote part of, Washington State. And there has been other sightings there and everything. So I thought, my sister's really into this, and I'll just go along with her, and, we'll go listen about this big dumb animal, whatever it is, And I can't, I'm not making fun of her, because I actually heard something on her property one day too that what was vocalized that really put the hair up on my back and on her daughters too. But so we go to the fairground, and other family members went too. And I told her, bring your prints that you have, that you've gotten those, she took some prints of this creature that she'd seen, and it was still in the mud, so she had some casts of those, because I wanted her to be, able to speak and have some sort of credibility about what she was speaking about. And so she did. She brought that, and we're sitting there, and we're listening to different people speak and everything. And the man that and I have his book, so the next video I will bring that book and show you the name of that. But anyway, we're listening to him speak about all his 40 years of tracking this, and he's actually got some voices recorded in the high mountains. I think the mountains and high mountains in Sierras is what I think it was. But if I'm wrong, I'll correct it when I bring that book next time. And while I'm sitting there, he starts talking about the new theory about the Sasquatch, and as to why no one has ever caught one or anything, is that it's due to quantum physics, that they just kind of, they track them for a while, and then these Sasquatch go into a veil. They just disappear. And he's talking about quantum physics, and I just got goosebumps all over. I thought, whoa, wait a minute here. This man, I'm here at this, looking, helping my sister out, just looking at this big dumb animals, what people have experienced with it. And I don't know if the animal's dumb. I shouldn't say that because none of us know. Could be smarter than us for all we know. But anyway, so he starts talking about the new theory of it is that quantum physics could be involved in this. And he's written a whole book on that, and it's well put together. And when I bring the book next video, I will recommend it to you. At the same time I'm talking to him, his wife is about 20 years younger than he is. And she has a clinic in, I think it's Forks, Washington. And she works, as a healing agent, healing person. And I think she does healing massages, plus she does, kind of the new herbal kind of way to eat. Well, I don't even know if you call it herbal medicine, but I don't know if it's herbal medicine or she just puts together some really good programs and foods for people who are experiencing like fibromyalgia and stuff like that. So I went up to get a book because I thought, oh my, there's some of my research. I'm going to go buy that book because I can't believe this. So when I'm up there talking to her and everything, I told her, I said, I wanted to tell her, I'm so excited. I said, I come here with my sister because she has experienced this, but I didn't expect to hear about quantum physics while I was here. I said, I've been doing some research on that. And I said, don't get me wrong. I'm not hearing voices or anything like that, but it's been laid upon my mind that I'm to take this path and I'm to work on healing people's hearts. I'm to help people be able to open their hearts to more and more. And she said, you're not crazy. We were chosen when we were born. And I thought, made me rush back to everything that I had experienced in life, to where I'd connected with the Holy Spirit during the time of my dad and my relationship, being not exactly what I wanted it to be. And I rushed back to that part and I thought, whoa, she might be right. She's probably right, because several things throughout my life, spiritual events and in our family and things like that, have happened that are almost not able to be explained on this planet, but it's there, and it's real, and you're experiencing it. But we always thought we're a little receptive, but we didn't think too much about it until this last relationship that kind of was given to me, and I'll tell you about that sometime. But yet spurred an awakening, a further awakening. I thought I was about as awake as I could be. I'd raised my family and everything else, and a little later in life here now, I'm going to start my spiritual journey. Yes, I am. Because if I've learned one thing, I've learned to pay attention to that spiritual voice that comes. Well, I don't know if I can call it a voice. It's a different thought wave that comes through my mind, and I can tell that it is from the Holy Spirit, the divine creator, the creator of the universe. I know it's there. So when I recommend some of these books and everything, I'm recommending them because they've done a lot for me to, I don't know, not to help me understand, because a lot of it through my journeys in life kind of was given to me by the Holy Spirit as I was having things happen to me to get me through these things, but I just never had it solidified until I came across all the research and things that I was doing. So anyway, I've rambled on quite enough, and I just am so glad you came here today and back to see me, and I just want to reach out to as many people as I can, young and old. you know, anyone that is interested in this channel, I am interested in you, truly interested in you. That's what I'm supposed to be doing for the rest of my life. And I intend to do it for as long as I can. Anyway, I hope again that you had a special Thanksgiving. I know mine was special. I got to spend it with my grandson, who's virtualing from his college. And he's been here with me for a while, so we knew that we were safe and protected that way. But he and I had a really nice dinner, and he was able to cook his famous yams, candied yams. Anyway, God bless all of you. Keep the spirit inside of you and keep those hearts open. I'm going to close now with the singing bowl, and I'm going to call again on Raphael to reach out and love each and every one of us. Open our hearts so we can become as one, so we can connect even better than what we have been. This country is so divided. We need that connection back. Okay? I'm Love, the Connected Rose. Raphael, please open our hearts. Let us learn to connect across this great nation and through the world, knowing that each and every one of us, it's like looking in a mirror. We are all one. Thank you, Raphael. Till we meet again, it's Love, the Connected Rose. Sayonara.